Hey everyone, I'm George and part of the Travel Group crew. I'll help you walk through the ins and outs of trip details. So let's talk some travel. Before you step onto your first cruise ship, there are a few things that could save you hundreds, save you some major headaches, and maybe even keep you from missing your vacation entirely. Every year, first-time cruisers make the same mistakes. Some fly in on embarkation day and miss the ship because their flight was delayed. Some connect a debit card on their onboard account and discover that their vacation money has been tied up in authorization holds. Others return home shocked by unexpected charges they never saw coming. The good news is almost all of these problems are avoidable. In this video, I'll share the most important things every first-time cruiser should know before they sail. Whether the cruise is next month or you're still researching for your first voyage, these tips can save you money, stress, and a lot of unpleasant surprises. And make sure you stay until the end because I'll share the 3 most important rules that experienced cruisers swear by. So let's get started. One of the biggest mistakes first-time cruisers make happens before you ever book. They choose the wrong cruise line. Not every cruise line offers the same experience. Some are designed for families with kids and feature water park, zip lines, and nonstop activities. Others focus on adult looking for relaxation and more upscale atmosphere. Some emphasize nightlife and entertainment, while others focus on destinations and cultural experiences. Before booking, ask yourself, what type of vacation do I want? Do I want excitement and activities? Is it a romantic getaway, a family vacation, or just simply to relax? The answer can determine which cruise line is best fit for you. Remember, the cheapest cruise isn't always the best value if it doesn't match your vacation style. Now, a quick question. What cruise line are you sailing on your first cruise? Let me know in the comments below. If you take one piece of advice away from this video, let it be this. Do not fly to your cruise departure city on the same day your cruise leaves. Airlines experience delays every day. Weather happens, mechanical issues happen, crew scheduling problems happen, and cruise ships will not wait for delayed flights. Imagine spending thousands of dollars on a cruise only to watch the ship sail away because your flight arrived 3 hours late. It happens more than people realize. Arriving one day early gives you the safety cushion and allows you to start your vacation relaxed instead of stress. A hotel night is much cheaper than missing an entire cruise. Many first-time cruisers are surprised to learn that some cruises departing and returning from the same U.S. port may allow alternative documentation. Even a passport isn't required, I highly recommend it. You might ask why. Because emergencies happen, medical evacuations happen, missed ships happen, travel plans change unexpectedly. A passport makes handling those situations much easier. Before you do cruise, double check. For those who have a passport, check the expiration date. Your passport must have an expiration date more than 6 months after your cruise date. Make sure you've got your cruise documents, your boarding passes, a visa if it's required by your itinerary. A few minutes of preparation can prevent major headaches later. Before you cruise, download your cruise line's mobile app. Many cruise lines now offer their apps for online check-in, boarding documents, daily schedules, dining reservations, excursion bookings, onboard messaging. Getting familiar with the app before embarkation can make the entire cruise experience smoother. Now, one of the most important financial tips I can give cruisers. Cruise lines typically require a payment as soon as you board. Many first-time cruisers use a debit card because that's what they use every day. Unfortunately, that can create problems. When you connect a debit card to your onboard account, the cruise line may place authorization holds throughout the cruise. These holds can temporarily reduce the amount of money available in your bank account. The money isn't gone, but it's unavailable until the hold is released. And sometimes that hold takes several days after the cruise ends. With a credit card, the hold simply reduces the amount of available credit, not tying up your cash. Question: if you've ever had a debit card hold while traveling, tell us about your experience in the comments. It might help another traveler avoid the same surprise. Many first-time cruisers assume everything is included. On a cruise, nothing is free, just included. Included items are usually your cabin, your meals, buffet dining, main dining room dining, pools, entertainment, and many onboard activities. However, extra charges apply for spa services, adult gaming, certain shore excursions, onboard shopping, and generally packages available for alcohol, specialty restaurants, and entertainment or internet packages. Understanding these additional costs before you sail helps prevent surprise charges when your cruise ends. Now let's talk packing. Packing for a cruise is a little different than packing for a typical hotel vacation. Most cruisers wear half of the clothes that they bring. Cruise cabins have limited storage. Pack versatile clothing that can be mixed and matched. Leave room for souvenirs. One important rule, do not place essential items in your checked baggage. Now you'll need what I call a go bag. This bag will contain all of your valuables, your cash, jewelry, credit cards, your medications, passports, phone chargers, travel documents, and a swimsuit if you plan on using the pool. Your luggage will not arrive at your cabin for several hours after boarding. You'll be glad to keep these essentials with you. Another smart item to pack, motion sickness medication. Even travelers who have never experienced motion sickness can occasionally feel the ship moving, especially in rough seas. Port days are often the highlight of your cruise vacation. You'll generally have two choices: book excursions through the cruise line or book independently. Independent tours are often less expensive. However, a cruise line excursion provides one important advantage. If a cruise-sponsored tour runs late, the ship knows where you are and will typically wait. If you're on an independent excursion and arrive back late, the ship will not wait on you. No matter what type of excursion you choose, always pay attention to the all aboard time. The ship operates on its own schedule, not yours, and it absolutely can and will sail without late passengers. Nobody books a cruise expecting problems, but weather disruptions, medical emergencies, lost luggage, and canceled flights happen every day. Travel insurance can help protect your investment and provide peace of mind if something unexpected occurs before or during your trip. Even if you purchased a standalone policy, check whether your credit card offers any travel protection. One of the biggest surprises for first-time cruisers involves cell phones. Once you're at sea, your phone may connect to a maritime cellular network. That can generate extremely expensive roaming charges. Before sailing, put your phone on airplane mode, then connect to the ship's Wi-Fi even if you didn't purchase an internet package. Most every cruise line ship gives you limited access to the Wi-Fi. This helps with the app. Speaking of internet, don't expect the cruise Wi-Fi to perform exactly how your home internet connection does. While ship internet has improved dramatically in recent years, speeds can vary depending on location, weather, and how many passengers are online. If you're going to download your movies, your music, maps, and entertainment before boarding whenever possible. On embarkation day, you'll be required to complete a muster drill. Some passengers view this as an inconvenience. Don't. This is one of the most important safety procedures on board. You'll learn where to go during an emergency and what procedures to follow. Also, wash your hands frequently throughout a cruise. Thousands of people share dining rooms, elevators, railings, and public places. Good hygiene keeps everyone healthy and enjoying their vacation. Cruising is one of the easiest and most enjoyable vacations you can take. You unpack once, enjoy great food, visit multiple locations, and wake up somewhere new throughout your trip. But the difference between a smooth cruise and a stressful cruise often comes down to preparation. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember these 3 rules. Number 1, arrive to your departure city a day early. Number 2, use a credit card instead of a debit card on your onboard account whenever possible. And number 3, understand what's included and what costs extra before you sail. Here's something most experienced cruisers will tell you. Your first cruise is your learning experience. Nobody ever gets it right the first time. The goal isn't to be a perfect cruiser. The goal is to avoid the expensive mistakes and focus on enjoying your vacation. because once you've taken your first cruise, you'll understand why so many people become lifelong cruise fans. Follow those simple rules and you'll avoid the mistakes that catch first-time cruisers off guard. Now I want to hear from you. Are you planning on booking your first cruise? If so, where are you sailing? If you're an experienced cruiser, what's the one piece of advice you'll give the first-timer to help make their cruise a little bit better? Leave your answer in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Travel Scoop with Robin, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future cruise tip, travel news, cruise update, or any money-saving travel advice. Tune in next time when we discuss travel insurance. Do I really need it? This might make you rethink spending the money. Thank you for watching, and until next time, safe travels and smooth sailing.